Hello my friends. In this video I'm going to show you my 2020 Franklin Planner setup. I will do a flip through and talk about how I use my Franklin Planner. If you're watching from YouTube, you can expand the description area underneath this video to see links to all of the items discussed in this video. Also, you can save money on the franklinplanner.com website by using discount promo code Tonya Plans. This is my Gingham Pharm Planner Love binder in floral. I love the black background with the grays. It is absolutely beautiful. And I'm going to strive to show you close-ups in my video as much as possible, because a lot of times when people do planner flip-throughs, they're far away and you can't really see what's on the pages. So I'm really going to try. This will be a long and probably detailed video, so just to give you a heads up on that. But this is the classic size. I recently switched from the compact size to a classic size and I absolutely love it. I have a video coming out on the reasons why I decided to switch, so please do not miss that. This is a snap binder. As you can see here, there is a snap, but it's absolutely gorgeous. So when you open it up inside, you have these beautiful gold rings, and the rings are 1.25-inch rings, so you can get a lot of stuff in there. And on the inner flap here, you have this beautiful polka dot material here. You have a beautiful secretarial pocket, and you have a place for 4 card slots, as you see there. You also get 2 pen loop holders, one in the front flap, one on the back flap, and there is elastic behind the pen holders so that it can fit larger ink pens if that's what you have. Now I am very picky about what I put in my front flap. I don't put a lot of things there because I want my planner pages to lay flat, so I'm not writing over lumps when I go to write in my planner. Now what I have in my secretarial pocket, I have some post-it notes. These are the Gingham Pharm sticky notes. And as you can see, it looks like this. I'm doing a review on these. I haven't posted it yet, but I've already recorded it. So I have that in my front pocket. I like that these sticky notes are thin, so it does not cause too much of a lumpiness here in the front flap. Also, I have planner pages from the compact size. I recently switched from the compact size, which, let me just show you really quickly. The compact size is similar to the personal size and other brands, but I went from a smaller size to a larger size. I was making a plan here on how I plan to spend my flexible benefit money. So I was just trying to say, okay, we're going to spend this much on prescriptions. My daughter has braces. My husband had to get glasses this year, and so I just wrote down what I think I'll have left in my flexible spending account for the year. Now, as my planner dashboard, in quotes, I'll kind of make my own. I use the Franklin Planner sheet protector. This is the sheet protector and I just love it. And what I do is I put something really nice here. This is actually one of the Gingham Pharm tab dividers. I cut the tabs off and placed it in the sheet protector because I really like this print. I love this Gingham print here, and these tab dividers match my binder. I wanted to be able to get to a list really quickly on what I need to get from the store. So when ideas pop in my mind about what I need to buy, I come here to my planner dashboard and quickly write it on a sticky. And when I go into the grocery store, I peel this off, take the sticky with me, and I'll have my list, the list that I need right then and there. Also stuck in the sheet protector, I have other various items. I also have a family photo in here, and I also have some stamps because you never know when you might need stamps. I have a business card and a red box promo code there. These are lists of things that I want to buy but I don't need. These are things that I need, but on the back, these are things I don't really need. I'm trying to cut back on frivolous spending. For example, I have here that I want to get a cushiony chair for the eBay room. I sell items on eBay on the side. I work full-time outside of the home and I sell items on eBay on the side. So I put it on this list. I want it, but I don't need it. On this page is another sheet protector. These are my routine items. Sometimes I open up my planner and my mind just goes blank. Okay, what do I need to be doing? So I sometimes open up my planner and I go blank. I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to be doing? So this is a little list of routines, things I want to do when I do my daily planning. For example, I want to remind myself to fill out my forms when I do my daily planning. And I'll show you back here, but I have this yearly fold-out calendar and I want to remember to update it. That's part of my daily planning. I also have here a weekly routine, and I also have a list here of 4 things I want to do every other week. And on the back here I have a monthly routine. On this page is an information sheet that came with the original daily Franklin Planner, and on the back, and let me make sure I show these things up close, is 3 annual calendars. You have the current year we're in, which is 2020. You have 2021 and 2022. Next, I have my yearly fold-out calendar for 2020. And there are 2 formats with this calendar, and they call it a fold-out calendar because it folds all the way out like this. And I'm using this side, this is the vertical side, and this is the horizontal side. So on the vertical side, I'm using this to track my workout and my weight. So as you can see here, WO means I work out. I have a little legend that I put down here. For example, WO means workout, R means I ran that day. For example, this day I worked out and I ran. And I'm tracking how often I'm working out because I hope that that will contribute to me losing weight. What you see highlighted here, I'm also on Weight Watchers. So when I weigh in, I come here and I write my weight down and I highlight it so my eyes can quickly go to the weight. So as you can see, on this day I weighed 158 pounds. On this day, I weighed 156 pounds. How this yearly fold-out calendar works is you have the month on the side here. So this whole row is January. It's a great way to track trends and different things like that. On the back of the yearly calendar, I use this to track my monthly cycles. I know exactly when my monthly cycle is coming. So next, this is the Gingham Pharm page finder, and it is the cutest thing. It matches my binder here. It's part of the Gingham Pharm collection, and it has that Gingham Pharm print on it. But what's great is you can still read through the page finder. Next are my health and fitness tracker forms, and on here what I do is I leave this open on my desk at work. It's either on this page or it will be on my daily format. But a lot of times I have my planner just sitting on my desk at work open to this page. That way, as I drink water throughout the day, I can just pretty much track it. So this section is for water, and I just check off the water that I drank. I have not been good this week with tracking stuff. It's been a crazy week at work. I use a health and fitness tracker page for each week, and I mark what week it is up here. And then over here is where I log my meals. It's just easier for me to go back and see how my week has been as opposed to using an app. When I write down my meals, there's a section for breakfast, lunch, dinner, and snacks. And over here I write the points value. I have noticed the more consistently I track, the better my weight has went down. So on the back of the health and fitness tracker is a place where you can log your exercise and your goals and notes. So if you do strength training and things like that, that will go here on this side. And I have some extra health and fitness tracker pages in here. Here I have some menu planner sheets, and I did a separate video on the menu planner. This one is blank. How you use it is you plan what you want to eat for breakfast, lunch, and for dinner. I said I have a video showing how I actually fill these out. And on the back of the menu planner pages, which I love, is the shopping list. For example, it's broken out between produce, meat, dairy, and different sections in the grocery store. You'll see these sticky notes all throughout my planner as I am flipping through. These are the original line pages. I got a pack of those. I have some ideas of what I want to do in my office, like the color paint I want to use, the type of rug I want to get. Here I was pricing some hotels, so I was writing each hotel and writing the price, trying to figure out what's the cheapest option. Next, I printed out here Ecclesiastes 3 from the New Living Translation in the Bible. This is one of my most favorite scriptures in the Bible. It talks about a time for everything. And sometimes it really helps me put things in perspective. So what I did, I basically just went on a computer, printed it off, and then put holes in it. This is the Franklin Covey hole puncher. I love this thing. And you can just put holes for anything and any piece of paper you want to put in your planner. And that's what I use it for. And this is the second part of the scripture here. On this page here, I'm talking about Ben Franklin's 13 virtues. Now, I have been on a Benjamin Franklin kick, okay? A kick. Because when I took the Franklin Planner course online, it talked about how Franklin Planner began. The guy that created the Franklin Planner, he read Ben Franklin's autobiography, and he got the idea for Franklin Quest, which is what Franklin Planner used to be called, Franklin Quest, from reading the autobiography. So I was like, wow, what is in this autobiography? If you're watching from YouTube, I will link it right here in this upper right hand corner. And one of the things he also did was figured out some areas that he wanted to work on. For example, one that I need to work on is silence, which he says, speak not but what may benefit others or yourself. Avoid trifling conversation. So that's basically saying don't gossip. Don't have conversation that's not necessary. If it's not beneficial to you or someone else, just don't even say it. In this next section, I took a sheet protector and put some of my compact planner pages in here. And again, here's my compact planner, which is smaller than this planner. And I haven't had a chance to really transfer it over to the larger classic size pages, and I'm not even sure if I'm going to. I may just keep some of the pages in this sheet protector. As I try to lose weight, I'm planning to write down the inches to certain parts of my body so I can see if I'm losing inches. And also in the sheet protector, I have my compact size automobile information and servicing sheet. I have a classic size, larger size of this, but I just haven't transferred it over yet. But this talks about the maintenance that I've done to my vehicle. I have an older vehicle, it's paid for, and I'm trying really hard to keep up the maintenance because I don't want to have to buy another vehicle. I don't want a car payment. So I can tell here what my mileage was as I've gotten certain automobile repairs done. I can tell the last time I had my oil and filter changed. I've marked when my tires were last rotated and the pressure was checked. Also in the sheet protector, I have some notes about my website, and I have a sheet of phone numbers and addresses. Now in the Franklin Planner system, they use an index. This index is at the beginning of each month on the monthly tab sheets. This is like a table of contents, and especially if you're using like the daily format like I do. I use a daily planner like you see here. When certain things happen and I may want to go back and reference them later, I will write it here. That's so I don't have to flip through a whole bunch of pages to figure out when something happened. I just quickly go here and I can see, okay, great, it happened on this date, and I referenced the date and the note on that page. So here I wrote, for example, on this date I spoke to the guidance counselor about summer school and the academy for my daughter. I have a note. So on 123, if I go back to that daily page and look for the number 1 next to the notes, I will be able to see notes from the conversation I had with the guidance counselor. And that way all of my information is right there and I don't have to rewrite anything. So with the daily planner pages, the original daily planner pages, you get monthly tabs. You get monthly tabs with most of the planner pages, but there are some planners that you don't get the tabs. So those I think are the Planner Love weekly pages. I think they don't have the actual tabs on the months, and you can purchase those separately. But with this planner, the original, you get the monthly tabs. So this is a month. And the day starts with Sunday, ends with Saturday. And let me just give you a close-up here of some of the things I wrote on my planner. I wrote about my husband's eye doctor appointment. There was family literacy night at my daughter's school. There was scheduling night on this day, and self-evals were due at work on this day. Now I just got this planner on this date, and that's why you don't see anything written here at the top. So let me just show you February's. These are the monthly pages here. Now you will notice that I use minimal stickers, but I use functional stickers. Now I mark my paydays on my planner. That way, if I'm trying to plan out something, I'll know, okay, great, I get paid right before that happens. I can use money from my paycheck on that day. The stickers that I use are the Franklin Covey Everyday stickers, and I love these because these are actually practical. You're not buying a bunch of stickers that you just can't use. Just about everyone can use these stickers, like birthday stickers, payday stickers, things to do, exercise stickers, meeting stickers, grocery. But this is a Franklin Planner page finder, and it's just beautiful. Well, notice how everything coordinates with the planner. Franklin Planner already thinks through what is going to match what, so you don't have to worry about buying something and it don't match something else. I use these are magnetic page clips, and as you can see, there's a magnetic on the inside there, and I use these to point to the week that I'm on in my planner. So when I open up my monthly pages, I'm not searching around and say, okay, where are we again? Okay, yesterday was what? I know that I'm on this week, for example. So I'm just going to flip through my monthly pages. Again, not much is on them because I just got this planner. 6:30 Girl Scout meetings, I have those all written in here. Doctor's appointments. Here I used a little bit of washi tape, and those that are more creative, and if you're the type of person that want a little more pop, you can still use washi tape and stickers with the original version. So I'm just going to flip through these monthly pages real quickly. This is the master task list, and in the Franklin Planner system, they give you one of these for each month. Now, how this is different from what I just showed you, this is like a table of contents of what has happened. This stuff you write here that has not really happened. The things that you put on the master task list are things that are not time specific. The things that you put on the monthly task list, there's a column for personal and there's a column for business. And the things that you put on here are things that are not time specific. If I already had a date set for my mammogram, then that would have went on my monthly planner pages for that day, and I would have wrote the time in. But there's no time for these items. When I get to December, I want to make sure that I do these things. So now we're getting into the daily planner pages. Now, I use the original daily planner pages. It is a day on 2 pages. Up here you have a calendar for the current month. Let me show you this closer. Up here you have a calendar for the current month, then you have the last month and the future month. Then you have a little legend here on how to categorize your task list items. You have a prioritized daily task list here, and in this column you can use this legend to write in some of the symbols. Right here you can prioritize your items, A being the most important. Now, as you can see, I highlighted a little bit in my planner. Now, when I do my daily planning, just for a few minutes, if I have time, I will pull out some highlighters, and those things that are work related are in yellow. The reason why I do that is because when I'm at work and this is sitting open on my desk, I don't want to read through a whole bunch of items that's not work related. I'm at work. I got to just focus on work stuff. So I'll highlight those in yellow so my eyes can go straight to the yellow. But the things that I can only do at home, I will highlight in blue. So I don't have to worry about those items until I get home. And the things that are in pink have to do with my daughter or my family. And in the daily planner pages, I love that there is a daily tracker section here. So for example, I use it to log how much I've spent that day. But here, as you can see, on this day, I spent $23.04 at Aldi's, and this is what I purchased. Now, with the daily planner pages, you have a section for an appointment schedule. It starts at 8 o'clock and it ends at 8 p.m. 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And there's space at the top here to write in if your day starts earlier than that. And as you can see, I wrote some things in there. If these times don't work for you, maybe you start your day earlier than that, or maybe you start your day later than that, you can take a thin piece of washi and just cover it up and block your days off the way you want to. Over here is a whole page for daily notes, which I absolutely love. Let's take a look at the whole page you have each day day for notes. At the top you have a quote, which I absolutely love. That is great for inspiration. You have the date over here. You know what day you're on in the year, how many days you got left of the year here, and which week you're on. If you're training for a marathon or you have certain goals you need to work on and you need to stay on a certain schedule, that is great to have there. And then you have a whole page for note, as you can see there. Now, one of the things that I plan to do, because I'm going to start using my daily planner pages to do a little journaling, there are two things I am planning in the future, and one is to buy the cutaway sheets. And if you don't know about the cutaway sheets, I did a video on it. I'm going to put it right here in the upper right hand corner. And also, I have a mini printer. This is the Canon Ivy, and as we do certain events in my family, I take pictures all the time, like with my phone or with my iPad. Well, this is a mini printer that will allow me to print out a little picture, and the back is sticky, guys, and you can put the picture wherever you want. So at first I bought this for my journal because I have a separate journal, but I said, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start taking family photos and put them right in my planner. If you want to see a video on me doing that, please let me know in the comments. Now here is the weekly compass. Now let me say something. I did a separate video on the weekly compass, but I'm going to briefly talk about it in this video. The weekly compass looks like this. It is in a pouch page finder, and this is something that you do as part of your weekly planning in the Franklin Planner system. And what you do is you put this card in and you fill it out. This card has to do with roles. Now, in the Franklin Planner system, you define what roles you are. You could be a mother, you could be a daughter, you could be a co-worker, etc. So you will deal with these roles and being good at these roles here. We're so bogged down sometimes on doing what's in our task list. Well, oh, I got to run here, I got to do this, I got to pay this, I got to do that. Sometimes we get so bogged down with those things, we forget to be excellent in the roles that we have. So at the top of the weekly compass, you will see here it says, what is the most important thing I can do in this role this week? So up here, these are roles and big rocks. These are things that are important to you. These are things to put first because they're important to you, and everything else should fall around it. So if you're really busy, what to focus on first will be your big rocks. Okay, so at the top of the weekly compass, and you see the words there, sharpen the saw. This is how you sharpen the saw, by making a plan to work on these roles each week. At the top, this focuses on you. Self-care. For example, what's the most important physical thing I can do this week? And I put work out and watch what I'm eating. So for social and emotional, what's the most important thing I can do this week? Well, I want to do a game night with my family. Mental, what's the most important thing you can do this week? Well, I plan to do meditation and yoga. Spiritual, what's the most important thing spiritually you can do? Well, I want to focus on the scripture, Ecclesiastes 3, which I showed you earlier in this video. Now, at the bottom part of the compass, it deals with other roles. So, for example, I have a role, I'm a wife, and my big rock for this week is to be attentive to my husband. I have a role as a mother, and I have two notes under here because I have a son and a daughter. For my son this week, I just want to make sure I call him. For my daughter, I want to talk to her about her feelings this week. And I always talk to her, but sometimes I can pick up when other things are going on, and I just want to make sure I make time for her. For example, here, my role as a daughter, I want to make sure I call my parents and visit them in person this week or next week. And on the back of the compass is a place for notes or to put what you want. Now, the one thing about the weekly compass is I feel I was using the weekly compass at first, and I didn't feel I was getting anywhere. And the main thing I was missing, and I noticed this after I took the Franklin Planner System course, if these are important to me, I need to make sure I schedule time for these. So you will see sometimes in my planner where I'll write touch base with my daughter because it's one of my big rocks. It was listed here on the weekly compass. So we have to make sure we take that step. If you use the weekly compass, you got to make sure it ends up in your appointment schedule or over here in your prioritized daily task list. And quickly, I'm just going to flip through here. I don't have a lot written again because I'm just starting out in this planner. But I do love these daily planner pages. So those are the daily planner pages. So next, let's go to the next section. Oh, and let me mention too, on the back for each month with the original daily planner pages, you get a schedule where you can write in your business expenses. And here you can write in the day you spent money for your business. You can use you can put the business purpose here, your odometer readings, how many miles you travel, gas, auto, travel fares, meals, lodging, and whatever else you spent money on, you can track it here. If you don't have a business, you can use these sheets for personal if you like. So next here, I want to talk about, this next section is my YouTube section. And I put notes on here, but this is one of the beautiful, let me show you this. This is a beautiful tab that I got in the Gingham Pharm tab dividers packet. And this is the back. I just love that wood look. I think that is so pretty. So here I just put ideas about my videos here. You'll see a lot of blank pages. These are the original line pages that I'm writing on. So for example, I want to do a video by giving like a bunch of planner tips. So as planner tips pop into my head, I'll come here and just write in a tip. Here I wrote planner inserts. If you didn't know, I have some planner inserts that you can download for free on my website, tonyplans.com. So please be sure to check that out if you're interested. I have some notes where I wrote advantages to using a planner in 2020. Some people think that using a planner in this day and time is obsolete, and I totally disagree. I don't know how people get stuff done by only using their cell phone or tablet. Can you imagine me having all this stuff to do on my cell phone? And you know what? I used to do that. I used to use my calendar on my cell phone. What would happen was I just got a bunch of notifications all the time. I was just running from, you'll see some up here. I don't even use my phone calendar. To be honest with you, I don't. If I need to be reminded of something, I use my Echo Dot. And that way it pops up on my phone and throughout the house to remind me of something or someplace I gotta be. I stopped using a planner for a while, a paper planner, and started using, I'm gonna just use my phone. And then at one time when I got my new iPad, I was like, I'm just gonna use my iPad because the screen is bigger. This is gonna be so cool. It was terrible. I was running from my phone went off all the time. Notification for this, notification for that. And I started being numb to the notifications. That means my phone would go off. I wouldn't even look at it. Oh, it's just another notification. That's probably just a reminder for me to do something that I don't even need to do right now. So it was not working for me using electronics only. Now look, I'm not old school that much. Okay, yeah, I have a BlackBerry. Yeah, that's a little old school, but it's the newer BlackBerry. But I actually do IT work at work. I do some computer programming. I know a little SQL. I know how to use databases, and I love what technology does, and I'm all for that. But when it comes to planning my life, I feel the paper planner is the best way to go. There are too many distractions on electronics. Notification after notification, and yeah, you can turn them off. You can do things to try to control that, but I just found that when I used electronics only for planning, that I felt frazzled. I felt like I wasn't getting anywhere. I had to come back to paper planning, and I think it's so relevant in 2020. This is my section for YouTube. When things pop in my head, I can write it down. The thing about ideas, when you get ideas, you want to be distraction free. That's why sometimes when you go off to yourself, when you get in your car or when you go to the restroom, ideas pop in your head. You ever notice that? That's where you think of everything. You know why? Because you're not distracted by TV or by your cell phone or by your tablet. That's where you get your best ideas. So if you have a business and you're trying to think of ideas, or maybe you're inventing something and you're doing something new, paper and pen, in my opinion, is the best way to go. So in this section, I bought not only do I have the original daily planner, I also bought the original weekly planner. And with the original weekly planner, this is where I write out the YouTube videos that I plan to do. I have a section for that. These are the tabs for that. With the weekly planner, the month, as you can see, doesn't come on 2 pages like the daily one does. The month comes on 1 page, which is just fine. I want it compact and small so that it's not taking up a large section of my planner. So this is how the weekly format look. You have your days of the week coming across here. It starts with Monday. I like the week starting with Monday because I normally do my planning on Sunday nights. So Monday feels like a fresh start for the week for me. But it starts on Monday, so you have a column for Monday, a column for Tuesday, a column for Wednesday, and so on and so forth. Saturday and Sunday shares a column here. At the bottom is a section for daily tasks. So if there's something particular I need to do, I could write it in there for YouTube. But what I've done here is, you can see I took a piece of washi tape and I covered up the times because I'm using this planner as a social media content calendar. And if you would like for me to do a separate video on that, I will be happy to. If that's something you're interested in, please put it in the comments. For this weekly planner, I only keep a couple of months of pages in here, so my planner isn't too full. But let me just show you this up close. You have the week across here. So this is a week on 2 pages. And like I said, you have the days of the week across here. So each column represents a day of the week. Up here you have the current month and the future month. You still get your quote up there in the corner here. And at the bottom, let me just show you, this is the daily task where you can write in little things that you have to do there. Now we're going to get into these tabs. Now these tabs comes from the starter pack, and I did a separate video where I really talk about the starter pack in detail. But these are the tabs that you get in the starter pack. These are some of the planner sheets that come in the starter pack. So you got, I'm in the section that's called planning calendars, and you have holidays and observances. So these next are future planning calendars. And if you notice, these planning calendars go out for next year. So this is calendars for 2021, and it's 1 month on 1 page. After the year 2021, you get future planning calendars for 2022, and these were all included in the original daily planner pages. And you get a future planning calendar for 2023. So if you have to schedule something out that far, you do have a place to write it. The next tab that we're going to talk about is the planner guide. I'm going to do a separate video on what I learned about the Franklin planner system, but here is where it shows that pyramid showing that how the Franklin planner system works. And right here, this section talks about the time matrix. So this time matrix talks about how you can determine which tasks are important and which ones that may be able to wait. It talks about the weekly compass there, but all these come in your starter pack. The next section is value and mission goals. So in this section, it talks about how to write out your values and your missions. The next section is goals. And as you can see, I have a goal planning sheet here. I have linked that in the upper right hand corner. And I actually bought a whole separate packet of just goal planning sheets. Like here is the packet. Okay, and next, this section is on finances. So these are the finance sheets that come in the starter pack. This is a monthly expense tracker where you can write down and log the date you made a purchase, the category, the where, to what, did you pay cash, check, or card, and the amount. There are other financial pages, and I will, like I said, I'm about to put out the video of these pages where I go in detail. If you want to see these more up close, that may be more helpful, but I haven't written in these pages, so you're not really missing anything. This is the automobile information and servicing sheet, which I showed you at the beginning of the video. I filled it out in the compact size, but have not had a chance to transfer that information to the classic size. And last The last section is called Key Information, and in this tab, this is where you put your personal information, your insurance policy numbers, your passport numbers. You can put some password information there if you want, your blood type and medications, what you're allergic to, where you work, your clothing information, and other personal information goes here. Flipping through, here's a section on special days. I filled this out, but again, it's in the compact size. Here's a website tracker. Here's a section on weights and measurements, and here is a world map with time zones. Here's a name and address section, and this is lastly an expense envelope, and here is where I put in receipts. So when I run in the store and I buy something, this is where the receipt goes. That way receipts are not all over the place. And I did a separate video on this. If you want to see this more closely, I will link it up here in the right hand corner. So I hope you found this video helpful. I'm just going to quickly show you the back. Here I have a flap where you can put in a notepad or sheets of paper or whatever, little receipts, whatever you would like right there. And here is a tag. It says Franklin Planner, My Mind's Eye, Planner Love. And that concludes this flip through. I hope you're still with me. If you are, yay, thank you so much for hanging with me through this video. I know it was long, I know it was detailed. Please be sure to like this video. This is Tonya, helping you feel more organized so this can be your best year yet. Take care.